70, day 11, you're going for math tuition? Okay, we'll start um, in a few minutes. Yeah. Okay, we'll wait for more people to join first before we start. Hi, Soph, you're in P6 math. We're doing P5 math now. So if you want, you can stay for P5 math, but P6 math will be at 7 o'clock later. We will start in 1 minute or so. Okay, bye, Soph. Yeah, you have tuition also. All right. Okay, so wait 1 or 2 more minutes before we start. We will be starting with P5, okay? So please prepare your P5 worksheet. Okay, shall we begin? Let me hide the sticker first. Those of you who don't have the worksheet, the link is in our bio. Okay, so you can download the worksheet from our TikTok bio. Let's start with MCQ. So for the first question, which of the following is the height of this triangle when AE is the base of the triangle? So let me know your answers in the chat. Curious, that's you, is it? Curious, the volume is very soft. Oh, okay. Right. Give me a moment. Maybe I try to up the volume. Loud and clear. Oh, okay. Can. Thank you. Yeah, curious. Maybe you try to adjust your own laptop or your phone settings. Okay. Maybe you put it to the max. Okay. So anybody else want to send in your answer? Other than Victoria, Eden, and yeah, only Victoria and Eden sent in the answer. Okay, curious, then maybe you want to wear earphones. Earphones might help. Okay, user 284. All right, noted your answer. Blur gal. Okay, so seems like most of you have the same answer for this question. Right, so I'm going to highlight the base. Okay, so this is AE, which is the base. Between your base and your height, there should be a right angle. So in this case, you are supposed to extend your base, okay, towards the right until you reach point D. So point D, you see that there is a right angle that is being formed, okay? So then CD is your height. So CD is option 4, which most of you got correct. Okay, so first question is quite simple. Don't need any calculations. Hello, Yanbun. Good to see you. So let's move on to the next one. Question 2 is a volume question. So the solid is made up of unit cubes. What is the least number of unit cubes to be added to the solid in order to form a cuboid? So please try this question, send in your answers. Okay, Eden Boy, Mayuan, and Carius. Alright, Victoria. Okay, same answer. Blur Gal, I think you need to try this question again. Okay, so maybe another 30 seconds for whoever wants to send in the answer. Blur Gal, you can retry the question in the meantime. Anyone else want to share your answer? Okay, user 284 noted. Okay, Yanbun noted. Alright, so let's go through this. So what you can do is you can count how many cubes there are right now. Okay, count it layer by layer. So looking at the top layer, you have 3 cubes. And then the bottom layer, you can also count, there should be 5 cubes. So if you take 3 plus 5, it means that there are 8 cubes right now. So then you're going to add some more cubes to form a cuboid. So you need the measurements of the cuboid. Alright, so taking a look at the arrow that I've drawn, that is the length of the cuboid that you are trying to form. So this is 3 for your length. You're going to do the same thing for the breadth and the height. So breadth is also 3 cubes. Okay, then lastly for the height, it's 2 cubes. So given the length, the breadth, and the height, you can find the volume of the cuboid. We use the formula length times breadth times height. So that will be 3 times 3 times 2, which is 18. So this means that your cuboid is made up of 18 cubes. And then right now, you already have 8 cubes. So how many more do you need to add? Just one more step. Okay, so Blur Gal, you retried the question, right? So now it's correct. We will use 18 minus 8. You get 10. So you need to add 10 more in order to form the cuboid. This is option 2 as your answer. Okay, so I think most of you got it correct, so that's good. Alright, so that's all for our MCQ. Then we can move on to section B, which is our short answer question. Over here. Alright, so for question 3, let me know your answer. It's quite a simple basic question. You just need to round 943.295 to the nearest 100. What would the answer be? Okay, so take some time to send in your answers in the chat. Only 2% answered. The rest of you, what are your answers? Mm. Oh, actually, this question is a bit tricky. I think I see quite a few wrong answers. Anyone else wants to try this? Okay, so if you look at the chat, right, your some of your answers look almost the same, but it's slightly different. So I'm seeing about three different variations of your answers. Only one of it is correct. Okay, so continue sending in your answer. Which variation is correct? Okay. I'm going to write down the number first. 943.295. So nearest 100, this keyword 100 means it is your second decimal place. You're going to underline the digit in the 100 place, which is 9. However, when you do rounding, you need to look at the digit that comes after that, which is digit 5. So since it is 5, you are going to round up. When you round up, you need to plus 1 to the underlined digit. Okay, so you will get 943.30. Yeah, so this is the correct answer, 943.30. So I will talk about the other two variations that are wrong. So some of you give 943.3 and then some of you give 943.300. So both of these are wrong. Okay, because this 943.3 is one decimal place. And then the other one is 3 decimal place. So they are wrong. Your final answer should be 2 decimal place because they want nearest 100, which is 2 decimal place. Okay? So take note, these 3 variations, only one of it is correct. It's the one with 2 decimal place as your final answer. Okay, so Michael, you got correct. Okay, so take note, this one is quite a common mistake that's made. Now, if there are no questions, let's move on to number 4. Find the value of 3 whole 1/6 plus 1 whole 7/8. Give your answer as a mixed number in the simplest form. So please try it out and let me know your answer. In the chat, you can use a slash as the when you want to type a fraction, okay? So slash means you're trying to type a fraction. Okay. Islam, you say times 3. What do you mean by times 3? Alright, okay, Eden, noted your answer. Anyone else want to send in your answer? If you're doing it on the spot, you might need a few minutes to solve this. I will give you guys a little bit more time to send in your answer. Meow, yes. Okay, yes, I remember your username. Use another device. Okay. There's only 2 answers so far. Anybody else also attempted the question? Okay, user 284. I'll give another 10 seconds, okay? Send in your answer. Okay, so okay Mofo says 5 whole 1/26. I think your denominator is wrong. You might want to check. Maybe it's a typo or careless mistake. Alright, so let's go through this. When you want to add mixed numbers, you got to make sure that the denominator is the same. Okay, so I think most of you can tell me that the denominator should be 24. So that means you need to times 4 for the first mixed number, and you're supposed to times 3 for the second mixed number. So after you do that, you will get 3 whole 4 over 24 plus 1 whole 21 over 24. So make the denominator the same first before you add. Okay, so now we can add our whole number, which is 3 whole plus 1 whole, you get 4 whole. And you should also add the fraction. So this is 4 over 24 plus 21 over 24, that's 25 over 24. Okay, so Islam, yes, you got this answer, right? But this is not the final answer. Blur Gal, your final answer, you might want to check again. You need to do regrouping over here, right? So this 25 over 24 is an improper fraction. You need to regroup it. So you're going to regroup it into 5 whole, 1 over 24. And then that is your answer in the simplest form. I think quite a lot of you got this question correct, so that's good. Blur Gal, your denominator is 48, is it? Then I think you can simplify it further to get the final answer. It's okay to use 48 as a denominator, just that you need one extra step, which is to simplify after that. Okay, so anyone needs to copy this? If not, let's move on. Okay, nobody? Alright, so let's move on. Next one. Oh, okay. Islam, why did I make 5 whole, is it? Actually, just now I explained already. So, Islam, you are supposed to make 5 whole because this 25 over 24 is an improper fraction. So, you cannot have a mixed number that is also with an improper fraction. That's why you need to regroup. Okay? Yeah, so feel free to ask questions if you have any questions. Otherwise, we can move on to the next one. Alright, so next one, Javier and his 19 friends share $5 equally. How much will each person get? Again, let me know your answers in the chat box. Oh, Meow, yes, you're doing impromptu. That means you're doing on the spot, is it? That's okay, but I think you need to do very fast. Yes, Billy, I can say hi to you. Michael and user 284 noted your answer. Okay, thanks for participating. Those who are doing on the spot, okay, impromptu, I will give you a little bit more time. And you're not supposed to use calculator for this question because it's section B, right? Meow, yes, you need to check your answer again. Okay, Islam, I think you committed a common mistake. You think about it again. Okay, Mofo, your answer is not correct. I think you need to try again. Alright, so the first thing you should do is to count how many people there are who are sharing this sum of money. So you have Javier and his 19 friends. So that will be Javier, one person, plus another 19 more people. So in total, there should be 20 people who are sharing the money. So then after that, you can find each of them. So you're supposed to use the money divide by the number of people. Okay, so some of you use 20 divided by 5 to get 4, then that is not correct. So that's the common mistake in this question. The common mistake is thinking that you always need to use the big number divide by the small number, but that's not true. Okay, so in this case, you're supposed to use the smaller number divide by the bigger number. Okay, so 5 divided by 20, I can write it as a fraction, 5 over 20. And then I'm going to change the denominator to 100 because $1 is 100 cents. So you just need to times 5 for this. You get 25 over 100. And then this will be 0.25. So the answer here is 25 cents. Okay, so please take note of the unit. This is in terms of dollars. Okay, so some of you write 25. That's not correct because the units is not cents. The unit is in terms of dollars. Okay, so seems like most of you are alright with this question. Oh, okay. So Meow, yes, you wanted to use cents, 500 cents divided by 20. Can? Yeah, you can convert it to cents first. Just at your final answer, take note, you have to change it back to dollars. Supernova, is this paper one? Yes, currently we are doing section B questions. Okay, so let's move on to the next page. Over here. Bottle P has 3 over 8 liters of juice. Bottle Q has 265 milliliters of juice. So find the total volume in these two bottles. Give your answer in liters and milliliters. So let me know your answers in the chat. Lina, this is a P5 paper. And Xu Qian, is that Kahoot? No, there's no Kahoot today. Yeah. And thank you for your compliment. You are very kind. Okay, so everybody else, please try the question. Let me know your answers. Okay, right. Meow, yes. Noted your answer. Anybody else? I only got one answer so far for this. Are you still doing the question? Those of you who did the question beforehand, you can straight away send the answer in the chat. Supernova, can you try again for this question? Okay, Shi Tian noted your answer. Eden, okay. Michael, alright. Pei Fong, okay. Can. So I think most of you are done attempting this question. Meow, yes, how many questions are there? Is it in today's worksheet? Today we have 11 questions. Yeah. Meiyuan, is that a typo in your answer? Okay, so let's go through this. First thing I would do is to look at the fraction, 3 over 8. So 3 over 8 liters, I'm going to change the denominator, okay? I'm going to times 125. So this will give me 375 over 1000, after which I can change it into 0.375 liters. Then you change it into milliliters. This is 375 milliliters. So you can make sure that bottle P and bottle Q has the same units first, which is milliliters, and then you can add them together. So this question is just testing you on conversion to see whether you know how to convert from liters to milliliters. So now I'm going to add both of them together, and in terms of milliliters, that will be 640. So that's your answer. For the liters, you can just put 0. Okay, so 0 liter, 640 milliliters. Islam, I think you want to type a plus sign, is it? You meant to type a plus sign? Meow, yes, yeah, that's a good question. So actually, don't need the liters, lah. Yeah. Lina, you have a question, is it? You always have live every day for math or just change random subject? Um, okay, so our life is not every day, okay, for math. We will rotate amongst the subjects. Yeah, so maybe Tuesday is English, Wednesday is another subject. Yeah. Curious when is break, is it? Break will be at 6:30. And meow, yes, where is Sigma Capybara? I do not know where Sigma Capybara is. Let's look at the next question. Okay, so this one is fairly simple. You have a rectangle ABCD that is made of 5 identical rectangles. Find the area of the shaded triangle. So let me know your answers. Curious, I'm not too sure about that also. Yeah. Okay, Pei noted your answer. Meow, yes, alright, okay. Michael, user 284, supernova, curious. Okay, so everybody has the same answer. That means I think this question is quite simple. Yeah, so let's look at this. This is a triangle. So to find the area of a triangle, you know you have to use the formula half times base times height. So what is the base and what's the height of this triangle? Okay, so I highlight for you the base in blue. This is the base. So the base is actually 3 cm plus 3 cm. So the base is 6 cm. Okay, yes. Meow, yes, that's correct. So after that, you are supposed to extend your base towards the left until you reach point D. Then you can form a right angle. Okay, so over here, AD, which is 9 cm, is the height of the triangle. Islam, your formula, you are supposed to multiply half. Okay, so we are going to use half times 6 times 9. And then this will give you 27. Okay, which most of you got correct. Okay, Islam, if you want to divide by 2 after that, that's okay also, if you don't want to times half. Meow, yes, for P6 math, how many questions are? I don't know, I need to check. Let's see. Oh, P6 math got less questions today. We have 8 questions for P6 math later on. Yeah. Alright, so let's do one more question before we have our break. In the figure below, ABCD is a rectangle. AB is 15 cm and BC is 10 cm. Dotted line EF is parallel to AD. You are asked to find the area of the shaded part. So let me know your answers in the chat. Lena, P6 math is at 7 o'clock. Yep. Okay, so those of you who have attempted this question, let me know your answer. This question, technically, you can solve it in one step. The fastest way to solve it is within one step. which I will show you later. Okay, but in the meantime, you can send your answer in the chat. Okay, another 10 seconds to send in your answers. Last 5 seconds. Okay, so let's go through this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw lines in the diagram. Okay, so like this, I will draw 2 lines in total. So after I draw the line, okay, you should be able to see that the shaded and the unshaded parts of this diagram are actually equal to one another, right? Okay, so can you guys see that the shaded and the unshaded are equal based on these lines? Okay, so I'm going to write that down. Shaded equals to unshaded. So this means that the shaded part takes up half of the diagram, and then the unshaded part also takes up half of the diagram. So each of them take up half of the diagram. So all you need to do is to find out the total area, and then you divide by 2. So since this is a rectangle, the area of this rectangle is 15 times 10. And then you want to find the shaded part, which is half of the total. So you just divide by 2. Okay, so yes, Islam, your working is correct. So I will do this in one step. You get 75 as the answer. Yeah, so all of you got it correct. Good job. Curious, you are only concerned about the break, is it? Huh? Marian, yes, your working is okay also. You can times half. You'll get the same answer. All right, so let's have our 5 minutes break now, okay, until 6:36 or 37, okay, around there. Yes, Eden, you can do that working as well. It's correct. You'll get the same answer. Okay, so everybody, now is break time. You can use the restroom or drink some water. Okay, and those of you who have not done the worksheet beforehand, you can make use of this break time to go and do the next few questions. Okay, because the next few questions, we do have problem sums. So problem sums, I think you need to do beforehand. Later on the spot, I don't think you can solve it on the spot in time. Okay, make use of the break time to attempt the next few questions. Let's start at 6:36, okay? Okay, so after this, we will just have one more section B question, which is this question on drawing of the view of the solid. Okay, then after that, we will have 2 problem sums. Then that's it. But I think today's problem sums are a bit more difficult. So we will spend more time on the problem sums later. Okay, so also AGrader is having our June bootcamp. Okay, so if during June you are interested to uh, join our holiday program, okay, you can take a look at our website. So you do get bonus bucks when you join the bootcamp. Mei Yuan, what's with that comment? You're rich, is it? Oh, okay, that's good for you. That's a very random comment, but it's quite funny. Okay, one more minute, then we'll begin. Okay, it's 6:36. Let's go through this. So you are asked to draw the top view of the solid. I don't think you can send me your answers in the chat because this is a drawing question. So just one thing to note, for this type of drawing question, whenever you draw the top view, you're supposed to view it from the top and the front. Okay, so view it from the top, but also from the front. So this would be your answer. You would have 3 like this. Okay, then you have 1 more and then another 2 more. Okay, so this is the correct answer. I'm also going to show you the wrong answer, which is the common mistake. So if you drew it from the top and the side view, you will get a slightly different answer, which is like this. Yeah, okay. So I'm not sure how many of you got this answer. Okay, so this is the wrong one, it's the common mistake. This one, you drew it from the side view, from the top plus the side view. Anybody committed the common mistake? Anybody? Everyone got correct, is it? Okay. Okay, Islam, you got correct. That's great. Mariana, you are suddenly very talkative today. Mm. Okay, so let's look at our problem sums. You can use calculators for this, and also the marks are shown, right? So we're doing a 5-mark problem sum now. I'm going to read the question first. The mass of 2 watermelons and 3 papayas is 12.2 kg. The mass of 3 watermelons and 2 papayas is 13.8 kg. Each watermelon has the same mass and each papaya has the same mass. So what is the mass of one papaya? Give your answer in kilograms. So my question is, what concept do you use for this question? What concept are they trying to test you in this question? Let me know in the chat. Anybody knows the concept that's being tested? Islam, weight is not the concept. The topic is mass, yeah, but that's not the concept, that's the topic. Okay, user 813, very good. Simultaneous equation is the correct answer. So I'm just going to write it down. Simultaneous equation. Meow, yes, this is not really algebra. Okay, so for simultaneous equation, what you're going to do is write down the information into 2 equations using alphabets, okay, to represent the item. So for example, yes, Meow, yes, you're correct. We use alphabets. So 2 watermelon, I will write 2W. Then I'm going to plus 3 papaya, which is 3P. You will get 12.2 kg for this. So this is your first equation. Your second equation, you just write it out the same way. So that's going to be 3 watermelon plus 2 papaya equals to 13.8. Okay, so you have your two equations, and then now you're going to choose one item to make the same. Usually, you should choose the opposite of what the question wants. So if the question wants papaya, you should try to make watermelon the same. Okay, so Angeline, you said multiply. Yes, you're correct. So I'm going to make the watermelon the same by multiplying it. So my first equation, I'm going to times 3. And my second equation, I will times 2. So once you do that, then you notice that your watermelon becomes the same. So when you multiply, please multiply everything within the equation. And then you will get these numbers that I'm writing right now. Okay. So Angeline says then subtract. Yes, you are correct. So when I compare these two new equations, they are in red color. You notice that this is 9 papaya versus 4 papaya. You can minus them now. So 9 minus 4, you get 5 papaya. And you should minus the numbers also. So this will be 36.6 minus 27.6. You get 9. Okay, so 5 papayas is 9 kg. And then if you want to find 1 papaya, you just need to divide by 5. So that's how you get 1.8 kg as the final answer. User 284, isn't it just easier to add? You could do that also. So if you want to add these two equations, you will end up with 5 watermelon plus 5 papaya. You get a certain number. Then after that, you can find 1 watermelon plus 1 papaya. But then you'll still be a bit stuck here, right? Okay, no, Angeline, I'm addressing user 284's question. Because user 284 asks, can you add the equations? So user 284 is possible. Yeah, it's possible. Then after that, you have to compare with one of the equations. So if you want to change it to 2 watermelon plus 2 papaya, then you can compare it with this equation that I circled. Yeah, so it's possible also. There are more than one ways you can use the equations. Yeah. So it's correct. You will still get the same answer in the end. So up to you. Okay. All right. So that's part A. Okay, wait. Islam has a question. Why can't you use common multiple for 3 and 2? You can, Islam. Isn't that what I did? Common multiple for 3 and 2 is 6. So that's why I changed it into 6 watermelon. Yeah. Okay, so part B. Kylie bought an equal number of watermelon and papayas, and it weighed 20.8 kg in total. So how many fruits did she buy? Angeline, you want to use guess and check for part B, is it? You can, but you can also use non-guess and check. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna use non-guess and check. So firstly, I already know what one papaya is. So I'm gonna find 2 papayas by multiplying by 2. So why do I find 2 papayas? Is so that I can substitute it into this equation here, right? So 2 papayas is 3.6. And then I can use 13.8 minus 3.6 in order to get 3 watermelons. Okay, so you're substituting this back to the original equation in order to find what 1 watermelon is. So over here, I have 10.2 for 3 watermelon. Then I can find 1 watermelon by dividing by 3, which is 3.4. Okay, so from here, you can then use the concept of grouping because equal number of watermelon and papaya means that you can use grouping. So part B is actually testing you on grouping. So that's the concept. Okay, so now I'm going to find one papaya plus one watermelon as my one group. That will be 1.8 plus 3.4, which is 5.2. Then after that, you're going to find out how many groups Kylie bought. You just need to use 20.8 divide by 5.2. You get exactly 4. So she bought 4 groups of this one. 4 groups of one papaya and one watermelon. So that means that she bought 4 papaya and 4 watermelon. So how many fruits is that? 4 plus 4 is 8. Okay, or you can just times 2. That's also okay. So 8 is your final answer. 4 papaya plus 4 watermelon. Okay, those of you who got correct, very good. You managed to understand that this question is testing you on simultaneous equation as well as grouping. So mango lover, meow yes, and blur girl, you all got correct, is it? That's why you say yay. Michael also got correct, right? Who else got correct? User 284 also got correct. Yeah, okay, good job. Okay, so that means that you have secured 5 marks, right? This is a 5-mark question. Elton, primary school is harder than secondary? Oh, really? Okay, interesting. Okay, so let's move on to our last question. Yeah, we have one more problem sum over here. I'm gonna read this first. In a farm, okay, 2/7 of the animals and another 12 animals are rabbits. 1/3 of the remaining animals, okay, and another 25 animals are cows. Then the rest are goats. So there are 57 goats. How many cows are there? Again, let me know what concept you will use to solve this question. Or how would you solve this question? Those of you who did the worksheet beforehand, how did you solve this question? Oh, okay. Islam says use fraction. A fraction. Fraction is a bit vague. Can be a bit more specific. Okay. Miao Yes says remainder concept. Remainder concept, yes. Okay. That is correct. Angeline says times the fraction. Times the fraction, no. Yeah, we do not times the fraction for this. Remainder concept, you usually don't times the fraction. Okay, so remainder concept is correct. And then Eden Boy says draw model. Okay, Miaoyas also says draw model. Yeah, you guys are correct. So this is remainder concept and I suggest you draw model. Okay, so let's draw model. How many units do you want to start off with? That depends on your first denominator. So your first denominator is 7. That means that you're going to split it into 7 units first. Okay, so once I split it into 7 units, then out of these 7 units, they said that 2 units are rabbits. Okay, but it's not just 2 units, it's 2 units and another 12. So it will be these 2 units, and then another 12 means that you need to cut it from the third unit. So you do not know how much to cut. It's okay, you can just estimate. Alright, so I estimate I will cut just a little bit from the third unit and label it as 12. Yes, Meow, yes, you're correct. It will be part of the third unit. Okay, so this is my 2 units plus an extra 12. And then I can label this as the rabbits. Okay, I'm going to block the comment because it's Mm, yeah. Okay, so we have a troll in the comment today. Yeah, it's a weird comment. Curious, I think it's just a troll or something. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, that's for the rabbits. So then this part of the model is known as your remainder. So your remainder here cannot split into three, right? Okay, because they said that 1/3 of the remainder. So that means that your remainder, you're supposed to split it into three, but right now I cannot split it into three. So you have to drop the model down. Okay, so you can drop the entire remainder down so that you can split it now. So I'm going to split it into three. So since you drop the model down, this concept is therefore known as drop-down model. Okay, so now my remainder, one part and another 25 animals will be cows. So the 25 animals, you need to estimate it from the second part. Okay, so again, just use dotted line to estimate another 25. And then you can label this as the cows. And once you're done with that, then the whatever is left will be the 57 goats. Okay, so your model is done. Then you can start to calculate. So when you calculate, focus on this part first. This is 25 plus another 57. Okay, so this 25 plus 57 gives you exactly two parts in the bottom model. Okay, so I'm going to write here two parts equals to 25 plus 57, which is 82. And then you're going to divide by 2 to get one part. So one part is 41. So now you can find the cows. So the cows will be this one part here plus another 25. So don't forget about the 25. Add them together, you will get 66. Okay, so the answer for part A is 66 cows. So some of you, if you say 41, 41 is not the answer because your cows, you have to include the extra 25, right? Okay, so if you understand how to do part A, then part B is actually quite simple. Part B asks you to find the total number of animals. So now I'm going to find out what this bottom model is. This bottom model is made up of three parts. So I'm going to find three parts. That will be 41 times 3, which is 123. So this 123 is actually the same as the top part of the model because just now you drop it down, right? So when you drop it down, it's the same size. If it's the same size, it will be the same number. So you can label the top part of the model here as 123. That's your remainder. Okay, so Supernova says that the next step would be to add them together. Yes, you're correct. So over here, you see that there's a small section, which is 12. You add it with 123. So once you add it together, that will be equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 units. Okay, so that's how you get 5 units for the top part of the model. So your 5 units will be 135. And then, of course, you find 1 unit next by dividing by 5. Okay, so your 1 unit is 27. You just need one last step. They're asking you to find the total number of animals. So your entire model is made up of how many units? 7 units, right? Yeah, 7 units. So the last step is 27 times 7. And then that's how you get the final answer, 189. Yeah. Okay. So I think quite a few of you managed to understand and get the answer. Okay. So that's great. Yeah. Very good. Okay. So we are done with our P5 math worksheet. Those of you who are P5, you can go off now. Okay. If you are P6, you can stay for the next live, right? Which is at 7 o'clock. Michael, you want the whole page, is it? Sure. Let me zoom it out for you. Wait, okay, yeah, Michael, feel free to screenshot this. You should be able to see the whole page now. Okay, so everybody, let's take a short break, okay? So we'll come back at 7 o'clock for our P6 math. It will still be me, okay? So I'll see you all 5 minutes later. Um, okay, I'm gonna go drink some water. Okay, so see you all in 5 minutes. Please stay tuned. everybody. Let's start our P6 live. Okay, give me a while to connect the new worksheet. Okay, so Meow Yes and Marian, you're still around. Okay, that's great. Thanks for staying around. I think for P6 math today is a bit more relaxed, okay? Not as many questions as the P5 one. Okay, so we can take it a bit slower. Let's take a look at the first question. Alright, so the first MCQ, let me know your answer. It's quite straightforward. 5 over 6 divided by 1 over 8. The number's a bit small. Okay, so anyway, it's a division, okay? I will write it out bigger. Yeah, okay, so I think you guys should be able to see now. Okay, so 15 seconds, sending your answers. You can do on the spot, right? This one. Oh, WL, hello, good to see you. Anyone else want to send in your answer? Ah, WL, you did this paper. Okay, that's great. We do recommend you to do the questions beforehand, instead of trying to do it on the spot. Mm. Oh, okay, Mel, yes, your answer, right, is not part of one of the options. Yeah, so just pick from the options. Okay, so for our first question, it is a division of fractions question. So you need to use the concept KCF, keep, change, flip. You're going to keep the first fraction, change the divide into times, and then you flip your 1 over 8. It becomes 8 over 1. You can also cross cancel, and then you try to simplify the numbers first. Yes, supernova, that's the correct acronym to use, keep, change, flip. So I'm going to cross cancel. Because your 6 and 8 can cross cancel, you can simplify it by dividing by 2 for both of these numbers. Okay, so 6 divided by 2 gives you 3, and then 8 divided by 2 gives you 4. So after you cross cancel, then for your numerator, you have 5 times 4, which is 20. And then your denominator, you have 3 times 1, which is 3. So 20 over 3 is option 1 as your answer. Yeah, which I think all of you got correct. That's good. So if this was a section B question, okay, or a problem sum, you are supposed to change your answer into a mixed number. Okay, so just take note of that. This one is improper fraction, but section B or problem sum, please change this to a mixed number. Let's move on to the next one, which is also fairly simple. So for question 2, a lollipop cost 90 cents. There were 40 lollipops in one box. So how much does one box of lollipops cost? Okay, so let me know your answers in the chat. Alright, you can just send your answer once, okay? Don't worry, okay, I do see your answers. If you send it multiple times, scared TikTok block you. Okay, so maybe another 30 seconds to send in your answers. Okay, last 10 seconds for your answers. Okay, right, let's look at this. So if you know one lollipop is 90 cents, you want to find 40 lollipops, all you need to do is multiply. So you're gonna use 90 cents times 40. So this question is just testing you on the calculation, okay? Islam, it will end at 8, okay? But if we finish the questions earlier, then of course we can end a bit earlier. So how do you multiply this? You can actually simplify your 40. Okay, so your 40, you can break it up into 4 times 10. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Then after that, you times the 90 cents. Okay, so why do you want to do this? Because you can use 10 times 90 cents. So when anything times 10, you just need to shift your decimal place to the right. Okay, so actually I'm not calculating the 4 first. I'm calculating the 10 times 90 cents first so that I can shift the decimal place to the right. Then I will get $9. So once you calculate this, then you use 4 times 9 to get $36 as the answer. So this is number 3. If you use this method, then you don't have to do double-digit multiplication. Okay, so everybody okay with this question? It's fairly simple, right? All right, so let's move on. We have a volume question over here. So at first, a rectangular tank measuring 40 by 30 by 30 centimeters contains some water. After Lincoln poured 1,800 milliliters of water into the tank became two-thirds filled with water. How much water was there in the tank at first? Let me know your answers in the chat. Okay, so Rolex Man, Me Tat, and WL. Uh, okay, you guys send in the answer very fast. I think you did the worksheet beforehand, right? Which is good. Those of you who are doing it on the spot, I think you need maybe a few minutes to do this. Yeah. Okay, but I can't afford to give you a few minutes. So maybe 30 seconds. Okay, 30 seconds to send in your answer. Ah, okay. Rolex Man, your mom printed out the worksheet. Yes, okay, that is highly recommended. Just download the worksheet from our link in bio, okay? Then you just print it out and then you can do it physically on the worksheet. WL, you did it in PDF. That's okay also. So if you have like devices like iPad, okay, you can just download the worksheet and then you just do it in your iPad. That's also okay. Yes, WL, yeah, you're correct. Okay, so Erilyn, can you join? Yes, of course, you're free to join us. Real, you got 48 out of 50. What do you mean? You mean for your exam? Okay, so I think no one else is sending in your answer, is it? Then I'm going to go through this, huh? So you know that in the end, the tank is two-thirds filled. Let me find out what volume that is. How much water is there when it is a two-thirds filled? Sorry. Okay, two-thirds filled. So you just need to use two-thirds, then you times the length, the breadth, and the height. So that will be times 40 times 30 times 30. Now, how do you simplify this calculation? You can cross cancel. So for example, I see that 3 and 30 can be cross cancelled. Both these numbers can be divided by 3. So you have 1 and 10 after cross cancelling. So now all you need to do is to take 2 times 40 times 10 times 30. Okay, so just slowly multiply these numbers, but I think it's not too difficult. And then you should get 24,000. Okay, so 24,000 is in terms of cm cube or milliliters. So this is the amount of water that you have after pouring in 1,800 milliliters. So if they are asking you to find the water at first, it means that you should omit this 1,800 milliliters that was poured halfway. Okay, so yes, you do need one more step. Let me see. Meow yes and WL, your workings are correct. So you need to use 24,000 minus the water that was poured in halfway, so that you can get the water at the start, which is 22,200 cm cube or milliliters. Yeah. Okay, so based on this, your final answer should be number 1. Yeah, I think a lot of you got this correct, which is good. I think this is our last MCQ. Today we only have 3 MCQ, so it's quite short. So much love. You have a question, is it? Which school exam paper is this? No, this is not from any school exam papers. Yeah, so we do tweak our questions. Yeah. All right, so let's move on to section B. Oh, WL, that's why it's not difficult, is it? Well, because if it's too difficult, then I don't know, will y'all complain that's too difficult? Anyway, I think difficult questions are not suitable for live. Okay, you have to join our regular lessons, then we will go through more difficult questions. Okay, so for the live, usually we try to do a little bit more of the simpler question to help you with the just your basics. Okay, yeah. WL, if you are our regular student, then of course we do go through more difficult questions in class. Okay, so for our first section B question, find the area of a semicircle of diameter 28 meters. Take pi s 22 over 7. Yeah, so let me know your answers in the chat. Okay, WL for our science TikTok live, I think they got 2 open-ended also. So it should help you. Okay, so I'm gonna give you all a while to send your answers in the chat. Okay, Islam, you're sending me the working, is it? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Mayuan, I think you had a careless mistake. Yeah, Mayuan, you need to read the question a bit more carefully. Mayuan, I think you missed out one part of the question, a keyword. So Mayuan, you can try again. Try this question again. Okay, anyone else wants to send in your answer? WL, you have a typo, is it? I think you have an extra 0. Oh, your message is removed by TikTok, is it? Yeah, okay. So guys, if you sometimes I think if you send too many messages or what, TikTok might, I don't know, ban you from commenting, okay, or something like that. Yeah. Okay, Ken. So Islam user 284, thank you for your answers. Right, so I think most of you are done. Let's go through this. So firstly, this is a semicircle. Okay, so semicircle, you need to times half, okay, to the area formula. So your area formula is pi times r. So pi times r is your area formula for a full circle. However, this is a semicircle. Okay, so Marian, that's what you missed out just now, a semicircle. So you either divide by 2 or you times half. Okay, so I will times half to this. And then you just need to put in the numbers. So pi in this question is 22/7. Radius is not given to you in this question, but they did give you the diameter. So if your diameter is 28, your radius is half of that, which is 14. Yeah, okay, Mel, yes, that's correct. So then you're going to times 14 times 14. So this should be your working, and then you can cross cancel so that the numbers are smaller. So let's see how to cross cancel this. I can cross cancel 2 and 22. Both these numbers can divide by 2. So I get 1 and 11. And you still can cross cancel, right? You can cross cancel 7 and 14. So you get 1 and 2 for this. So there's nothing else that you can cross cancel. You are left with 11 times 2 times 14 for your answer. Okay, so just go and work this out. 11 times 2 times 14 gives you 308. So that is the final answer. Yes, Islam 22 times 14 will give you the same answer. Okay, so please make sure you know how to cross cancel. Otherwise, your numbers will get very big. And then you need to do a lot more calculation. Okay, so that will waste quite a bit of time. We only have one more section B question. Then it's problem sum. Okay, so our next section B question is also on circles. Yeah. Okay, so the topic is circles. Let's read the question. The figure below shows a square and a quarter circle. So the length of the square is 20 cm. Find the perimeter of the shaded part and leave your answer in terms of pi. Alright, so let me know your answers. And those of you who have not done the worksheet beforehand, you can try it on the spot. I think the calculations for this is not too bad. Yeah. Oh, okay. So Islam says find the square and then minus the quarter circle. Square minus quarter circle. Islam, you would do that if they are asking you for the area. Okay, so Islam, you need to read the question carefully. Your method is when you're trying to find the area. But this question, they are asking you to find the perimeter left, right? Okay. So seems like many of you were tricked or you didn't read the question carefully. So let me see. WL, me, Tat, and Meow, yes, you three of you have the same answer, but I think your answer is when you find the area. Okay, so three of you, you found the area instead of the perimeter. The three of you, you found the area instead of perimeter. Supernova, you as well. You also found the area, not the perimeter. So this question, nobody got it right yet, because all of you can find area, not the perimeter. Okay, so please find the perimeter. I'll give you a bit more time to retry this since so many of you read the question wrongly. And some of you are asking where did I get the pi sign? I think you mean when you're typing it, is it? Okay, so if you're trying to type the answer to me, you can just type pi. Yeah, you don't have to type the symbol. It's okay. Okay, maybe another 30 seconds for those who need to retry the question. Yes, Marian, you have a question? Okay, so some of you, I think you retry the question, so you're sending in your answer again. Okay, yes. Marian pointed out something. So can all of you please cancel, the units, there's a square, right? So please cancel that. It should just be cm because we are trying to find perimeter, which is in terms of cm. So there is a typo in the worksheet. You can just cancel out the square. WL, your answer is still for area, not for perimeter, leh? Okay, can. So I think some of you managed to retry already. So let's go through this. Firstly, I'm going to find the area of the curved portion. Okay, so I'm going to highlight in green, this part here. So the curved portion is just the curved part of a quarter circle. Formula for perimeter is pi d. But this is a quarter circle, so you need to use 1/4 times pi times d, which is the diameter. For this question, they didn't give you the diameter, right? They only gave you 20 cm, which is actually the radius. So if your radius is 20, your diameter is twice of that. Your radius is 40. So you're going to use 1/4 times pi times 40. And how do you calculate this? Please cross cancel. So 4 and 40 can cross cancel. You're left with 10. Yeah, so this will just be pi times 10, which is 10 pi. Okay, so 10 pi is your curved portion of the perimeter. But for the perimeter of the shaded part, it is also made up of some straight lines, right? So you need to include these two blue color straight lines. That is your entire perimeter. So this is 20 cm and another 20 cm. Okay, so your last step is to just add your curved part and your straight lines together. The curved part is 10 pi, your straight line is 20 cm and another 20 cm. So please take note that the pi cannot combine with the numbers. So 50 pi is a common mistake. Okay, so some of you will try to combine the pi and the number, but it should be separate. Okay, so it works like algebra. You need to keep your pi symbol and the numbers separate. Okay, but however, you can add the numbers. So your numbers is 20 plus 20, which is 40. Okay, so this is your final answer, 10 pi plus 40. Do not combine them together. And also take note to put bracket. Okay, so as long as there are units here, for example, if there's like cm, cm square, then you should put brackets. So it works the same as algebra. For algebra, if there's units in the question, same thing, you put a bracket. Okay, yes, Adrian, that's correct. Okay, Adrian, pi, there's no E, so it's just pi. Okay, but it's correct. Okay, so I think this is a good time to have our break before we move on to our problem sums. Okay, so let's have our 5 minutes break now, and then 7:30 we will continue with the rest of the worksheet. Okay, so seems like today quite a few of you are facing some issues, is it, with commenting? Your messages got removed by TikTok, right? Some of you? Mm, yeah, I'm not too sure why that happens. It could be that you comment too many times within too short a period, or maybe you type certain keywords that TikTok bans, okay? So that's why your comment got banned. Okay, so everybody just chill for now, okay? Since it's break. Oh, WL, the pi symbol caused it to be deleted, is it? Okay, that's possible. Yeah, maybe, right? Okay, so 3 more minutes, then we'll start. We'll start at 7:30. Two more minutes, then we'll begin. Okay, so there was some weird music because TikTok says that I'm being inactive. Okay, but anyway, the issue is solved. Okay, so just 1 more minute, and then we'll begin. I'll scroll to the next question first, okay? Those of you who don't have the worksheet, you can take a look at this first. Yes, Marian, hi. Good to see that you're still here. Clarice, this is for P6. Yeah, we're doing P6 math now. Okay, it's 7:30. Let us continue. So you are shown a rhombus here. JKLM is a rhombus. MNK is a straight line and MN equals to ML. Okay, so angle MNL is 24 degrees more than angle LMN. Find angle KJM. Okay, so I'm going to highlight the angle that you're supposed to find. Okay, KJM. I've highlighted it in blue. So you can use your calculator for this question. And then let me know your answers in the chat. This question is a bit tricky. Okay, so please take some time to send in your answers. Only 2 of you send in the answers. Is it because this question is difficult? So some of you didn't manage to do, is it? Did anybody leave it blank? Those of you who actually downloaded the worksheet? Ah, okay, so Islam, you're not too sure for this question. Okay, so seems like you guys are a bit unsure for this question. Tosafin, how do you apply this question to real life? I would say in your daily life, I don't think you will really need this, the knowledge of this. But I mean, if you're planning to study certain, uh, or you're trying to work in certain jobs, like, you know, if you're architect or something like that, then it will apply to you. Okay? WL, okay, you have a question, is it? Angle JMK, is it equals to angle JKM? Yes, WL, yes, you're right. Okay, so quite a few of you got 32 degrees. 32 is not correct. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Some of you got 32, right? Okay, so I think not many of you got correct. I think I only saw one correct answer. So I will go through this. We can first start off by looking at this green color triangle. This is an isosceles triangle. So you are given some information about the angles within this isosceles triangle. They told you that angle MNL is 21 degrees more than angle LMN. So let me illustrate that to you using a model, okay? So angle LMN is actually just one unit, and then angle MNL is supposed to be 21 degrees more. So your model should be longer by 21 degrees. So within this isosceles triangle, there is another angle, right? That is angle MLN. This one. Okay, so angle MLN is equals to angle MNL. They are equal because they are the base angles in an isosceles triangle. Okay, so these two angles that I circled, they are equal. They are part of the isosceles triangle. So you now have these three angles within a triangle. So you know that they have to add up to 180 degrees, right? The sum of the angles within a triangle is 180. So I think most of you should be able to solve already from here. Okay, so yes, Josephine, the working is correct. You would use 180 minus 21 minus 21 first to get 138. So 138 is for this 3 units. So you can divide by 3 to get each unit. That would be 46 degrees. Okay, like this. So now you actually know each of this angle. So LMN is 46 degrees. And okay, so because this question a lot of you didn't get it right, so I will give you a little bit more time now to retry the question. You actually just need one more step to get the final answer. Okay, so yeah, please try again. Let me know your new answer. Your answer is still the same as just now. WL, you also still the same answer as just now. Mean cut and WL, you need to try again. Okay, so I think quite a few of you, you reattempt it and then you got it correct now. Okay, so that's good. I will go through. Okay, so if you look at this, right, whatever that I just highlighted, your green color and your purple color triangle, these are identical triangles. Okay, these are identical isosceles triangles. So this means that angle JMK is 46 degrees as well. Okay, so that means that angle JKM is also 46 degrees. And then now you can find angle KJM by using 180 minus 46 minus 46. So that's how you get your final answer, 88 degrees. Yes, which quite a few of you got correct in the end. Yeah. 88 is the final answer. Okay, I think only Pei Feng got it correct on the first try. Yeah, before I went through halfway. Okay, so good job, Pei Feng, for getting it correct. Miao, yes, which question is this? This is question 6, the first problem sum. Okay, so shall we move on? We have 2 more problem sums. Okay, so this one is on volume. A rectangular tank is shown over here. It has a base area of 3,500 cm square and a height of 75 cm. It was 1/5 filled with water at first. At 8 a.m., a tap was turned on and water was drained from the tank at a rate of 3 liters per minute. And at 8:05 a.m., this tap was turned off. So part A, how much water was drained from the tank? Part A is actually very easy. Let me know your answers in the chat. Technically, it's just one step. Okay. Yeah, okay. So I think you guys are getting it right. So if you're sending me different values, right, you need to send the units as well. Some of you are sending 15, some of you are sending 15,000. Whether it's correct or not depends on the units you use, right? Okay, so let's go through this. So the rate is 3 liters per minute. So the keyword per minute means every minute. So this means 1 minute you drain 3 liters. And the tap was on from 8 a.m. to 8:05 a.m. So it's just 5 minutes. All you need to do is times 5. So 15 liters is the answer. If you put 15,000 cm cube, also correct. If you put 15,000 milliliters, also correct. Okay, because the question did not state what units they want. So all are acceptable. Okay, so part A is easy. Let's look at part B. After the tap was turned off, how much more water was needed to fill the tank completely? Again, those of you who have done the question beforehand, you can let me know the answer. Hmm. Okay, so I see 3 different answers so far. Hmm. Okay, can. So I think I see quite a few correct answers, so I think can go through already. First thing I would do is to find out how much water there is at first, right? So at first, it was 1/5 filled. So let's find out how much water there is when it is 1/5 filled. You are gonna use 1/5. you times the base area, and then times the height. So that will give you 52,500, and then this is in terms of cm cube. So this is the amount of water you have at first. But then after that, you drain some water, right? So the keyword drain means you need to minus the water away. So I will use 52,500 minus 15,000. 15,000 is your 15 liters, okay? So you minus the amount that was drained, you are left with 37,500, and then this is in terms of cm cube. So this is after you drain, then you have this amount left. So if you want to fill the tank completely, you need to know the capacity of the tank. And you can find the capacity by using 3005 times 75. So the capacity is 262,500, and then this is in terms of cm cube. So from here, you just need one last step. How much water is needed? What is the last step? Jess, yes, you can use calculator. This is a problem sum. You know the capacity, and then you know how much water there is in the tank. So how much more water do you need? The last step. G, you want to give in 3 significant figure? No need, no need. This is a exact value, right? Okay, so the last step over here is just to minus. Use your capacity minus the water that is currently in the tank. Then that will tell you how much more water you need to add on. So this is 262,500 minus 37,500. Oh, Islam, your chat is removed. You mean your comment is removed? I think a lot of you are facing this issue today. I'm not sure what is up with TikTok. I'm not sure why they removed your comments. Yeah, so after that, you should have 225,000, and then this is in terms of cm cube. So up to you. You want to leave it as 225,000 cm cube, or you can also change it to 225 liters. Both are correct. Okay, so I say again, you can leave it as cm cube, you can leave it as milliliters, it's okay. Oh, Lawrence, you thought you couldn't use calculator. Oh, but then I thought in the worksheet we did say that is a problem sum. So as long as you see is section C, problem sum, then you can use calculator. Okay, let's move on to our last question. I will read the question first. So a pencil and an eraser cost $1.15. The pencil and the ruler, okay, cost $1.05. Dana paid $5.60 for 6 pencils and 4 erasers. Penny paid $6.60 for some rulers. Part A, what is the cost of one eraser? Let me know your answers. Oh, Mayuan, you need the previous page, is it? Sure. You can just take a screenshot quickly, okay? Mayuan, you let me know when you're done with the screenshot. Then I will scroll back. Clarice, you're cooked. What happened? What does that mean? That means you don't know how to do, is it? Mayuan, are you done copying this? You're done? Alright, let's move on. Okay, so some of you already sent in the answer. Me Tart and Rolex Man. Okay, thank you for your answer. Anyone else want to send in your answer for part A? Okay. Clarissa, you just see what others are commenting, then you just comment the same. WL, I think you need one more step. Islam use common multiple for this question, is it? Yeah, can. That's fine. Josephine, yeah, you are probably right. Yeah, yeah. Okay, right. So anyway, let's go through this. I did see quite a few correct answers already. So I'm just gonna write down the information in terms of alphabet first. Okay, so one pencil plus one eraser equals to 115. And then okay, so you are also told that six pencils plus four eraser is 560. So from here, if you want to find the cost of an eraser, you should try to make the pencils the same. Okay, so actually this is simultaneous equation, same as what we did just now in P5. Okay, so I'm going to make the pencil the same by multiplying by 4. Okay, so you do need to use multiples, common multiple over here. So this will be 4 pencil plus 4 eraser is... sorry. I say I want to make pencil the same, right? Sorry, I should times 6. Let me times 6. Yeah. Okay. So I will have 6 pencil plus 6 eraser is 690. Okay, so once you make the pencil the same, then you can compare these two equations. The only difference in these two equations will be your eraser. So you're looking at 6 eraser versus versus 4 eraser. So 6 minus 4 is 2 eraser. You can find 2 eraser by using 690 minus 560. Okay, so your 2 eraser is $1.30. So just now WL, I think you got until this step, right? So you got $1.30. So that's why WL, I told you you need one more step, which is to find one eraser. Okay, so to find one eraser, very simple, just divide by 2. And anyway, you can use calculator. So this should be 65 cents. Yeah, correct. So WL, your answer was for two erasers. Oh, okay. It's actually 4. I think you had a careless mistake somewhere lah. Yeah. Okay, so from here you can actually see part B, right? The question for part B is how many rulers did Penny buy? Those of you who didn't do the worksheet beforehand, you can attempt it now. I will give you some time to try. Okay, and those of you who did it beforehand, just send your answers in the chat. Okay, another 30 seconds for whoever wants to participate. All right, so let's go through. Oh, Clarice, your mom asked you to watch. Okay. Clarice, if your mom asks you to watch, I suggest you download the worksheet beforehand and you try it. Yeah. that will benefit you more than trying to solve the question on the spot. Okay, so if you look at the question, there is only one piece of information that you haven't used yet, right? Which is actually the pencil and the ruler. So we have not used this piece of information yet, which means we need to use it in part B. Okay, but before I can use this equation, I need to find out what one pencil is first. So you are able to find out what one pencil is by looking at this equation here that I'm circling. Because you know that one pencil plus one eraser is $1.15. So if you use 1.15 minus the eraser, then you can get the pencil's cost. So this will be 1.15 minus the eraser, and then you will get the pencil, which is 50 cents. you don't need to use assumption there for part B. Real, what happens if you don't write unit, is it? It's okay for your intermediate working, but you must have unit for your final answer. But if you're talking about all the workings here, it's okay if you don't write units. Yeah. But your final answer must have units. Okay, so now that I know what one pencil is, one pencil over here is 50 cents. So then I'm able to find out the ruler by using $1.05 minus the pencil. Okay, so let's do that. $1.05 minus 50 cents, you get 55 cents. Yeah, so each ruler is 55 cents. And then Penny spent $6.60 on rulers only. So your last step is just to divide. Use the $6.60 and then you divide by the cost of one ruler. You can use calculator for this, so it should tell you that you get a nice number, 12. Okay, so that's your final answer, 12 rulers. Yeah, which I think a lot of you got correct, which is great. Clarice can download the worksheet or not? Yes, yeah, the worksheet is in our TikTok bio, AGrader's TikTok bio. You click on the link in our bio, then you can download the worksheet. Okay, so that's all. We managed to finish a bit early. Good job, everybody, for being so participative in the chat. Okay, so for math, right? For primary math, usually we have it every 2 weeks, okay? But 2 weeks later, there won't be a live. Okay, so our next live will be 2 weeks and another 2 weeks, which is 1 month later. All right, so I'll see you all 1 month later for the next math live, okay? Primary math live. Okay, bye. See you all. Yeah, WL, yes, because I will be away on holiday. Yeah, so I'll see you all in 1 month. Okay? Islam, yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you for joining us. Okay? Bye-bye. See you all in 1 month. Bye-bye. Oh, thank you, Josephine. Yes. Bye, Miriam. Bye-bye. See you all.